So, Kyle, you work as a freedom fighter and a human rights activist with these folks all the time. How bad is life in China for the Uyghurs?
I mean, it is unimaginable what they are going through. The level of surveillance, it can only be described as completely Orwellian. These people cannot leave their homes without being surveilled by, CCTV cameras as they're walking down the street. There are checkpoints every couple dozen meters that they have to go through. They can't even own a knife. They can only own one knife, and it has to be chained to the wall of their kitchen, right? I mean, it is really absurd. They are not allowed to practice their faith in any way. They can't even grow a beard. I mean, they can't even say hello in their own language. And
so, why is the Muslim world? Why is the Muslim world of the United Nations? Are you saying there really are concentration camps and there really are labor camps in East Turkestan?
Oh, absolutely. I've seen the satellite imagery myself. I've actually helped to identify many of these facilities. Yes, there are absolutely concentration camps. According to the U.S. Department of Defense, according to Randy Schreiber last year, he said there were 3 million people or more in these concentration camps. So
Randy Schreiber being at the time a deputy assistant or deputy secretary of defense. Randy Schreiber from the Site 2049. He was a member of President Trump's government when he said that. Correct?
He was. Yeah. So I mean, this isn't just the Uyghur guy or the human rights guy saying this. This is the U.S. government, and it's even the United Nations that has said this. However, what's happened in the past week, which is really a terrible, terrible blow to human rights, and it's really symbolic of what's going on throughout the entire UN, is China has just been appointed to the UN Human Rights Council. And now they are going to have the ability to select the investigators that investigate human rights abuses, right? This is like appointing a pyromaniac to be the town fire chief, okay? We talk about the World Health Organization and Tedros, and it's not just that. I mean, this is across the board. The entire UN is under attack. The entire rules-based international order is under attack. I would say the entire free world is under attack. If we value human rights at all, the entire free world has to come together to push back on China.
But why is it all the liberals, why are all the progressives, everybody that supports the UN and loves the UN, and look, I'm no fan of it, but hey, it is what it is. But all the people that love it and all the people that support it, where are their voices about the Chinese Communist Party, which is a brutal dictatorship over their own people, as we've shown in our little show in the last hour and a half? Where are their voices to confront the United Nations and to confront the Chinese Communist Party? Where are their voices?
I mean, that's a good question, man. Aside from Nancy Pelosi, who's been really strong on the Tibet issue for decades, I mean, you don't see Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez going out there and talking about Uyghurs. I don't know where they're missing in action. I don't know where these people are. It's really frustrating because it's not just religious people in China who are facing these human rights abuses. There are people who presumably the left would care about as well. You've got women, and women in China. The Me Too movement exploded over there last year. You've got environmentalists being thrown into jail. You've got labor activists also being thrown into jail for trying to unionize, right? To demand better conditions. You've got LGBT people who are being subjected to shock therapy. You've got socialists who are trying to reform the party from within to make it more socialist, and they're throwing them in jail. So you would think that the left would actually care about these people. And, for some reason, I don't know. I guess Trump right now is the shiny object, and they can't see past that. And that's a real problem because China is a much bigger problem than anything else in the world right now, and they don't seem to get that.
Kyle, how do people get access? You've got a Twitter handle. How do you get access to your thinking and your writing?
Yeah, people can follow me on Twitter at Real Kyle Olbert, and that's really the best way. Yep.
Kyle, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for being a fighter for the little guy over in China. It's great. You're a great American patriot and a great friend to the Chinese people. Thank you.